And it says we are live. Just getting that set up. It's Thursday night. I'm here. You're beautiful. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes Live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like and share. Of course, subscribe. And while you are at it, light them up, baby. Hit the notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton. Let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that is in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And we, of course, are heading into the Memorial Day. What am I thinking about? Labor Day weekend. We're heading into the Labor Day weekend. Try to get that microphone out of the way a little bit. We're heading into Labor Day weekend. I hope you all have a tremendous Labor Day weekend. Of course, it's back to work for me next week as well, just like everybody else. But I'm glad that I'm here with you tonight. Remember that tomorrow we're going to do just a very quick review of the Energon Igniter Speed Series Optimus Prime. I'm doing that as just a quick one to have a little bit of content tomorrow, because I know that there will be a lot of people kind of gearing up for their long weekend, and I don't want to keep you too long. But I thought that would be a fun one to look at pretty quickly, since we did already previously look at the other two. Next week, however, I think is going to be far more interesting with the reviews for Tuesday and next Friday, which I'm actually going to show both of those items here tonight. Let's see. We also, of course, have the news tonight and our trivia tonight. By the way, if you notice a spot up here on my head, I was actually in my closet, and next to our closet, we have this hook that actually has a fire blanket on it in case something was to happen. And I turned and I hit the hook that the fire blanket is on. And at first, I didn't think I'd done anything, but I obviously have done something. But that's okay. Nothing up there to hurt except brains. And who needs toes, right? Who needs a brain this day and age? Let's check in with you guys and see what you guys are saying before we get going with the news. Hey, Franzese, grabbed Siege Impactor yesterday. He is stupendous. And not only every bit of deluxe, but and I've said this before, at a time when I felt like I was becoming very dejected by the way Hasbro was treating customers, he really brought me back in. He's a splendid deluxe. $16, pretty good, I gotta say. Let's see. Hey, Big M, Marcus. Hey, Celestial. Hey, Blue Mike. My Mixmasters finally got my Mixmasters. Okay, finally got delivered. Glad to have Debbie finished. Good for you, man. I'm happy for you. I found 2 Legacy Evolution Shadow Strikers and Shard for $8. I wanted, but sadly didn't buy. Oh man, you should have. Shard's beautiful. Shadow Striker, I'm not a big. I didn't really like the drag strip mold, so no. Wait, Shadow Striker for $8. Oh, I don't mind that mold. A lot of people don't like it. I didn't mind it for $8. I thought it was good. Hey, Gabriel. Going as good as a Thursday night can go, going into a long weekend, my man. Hey, D-Dog. And with all of the hellos kind of out of the way, how about we get going with the news? And we're going to start with Ed Perry. I'm assuming I'm saying his name right. He will be going to the TF Nation, like mini-con reading. He is an IDW artist. Most recently, he's done some of the incentive covers for Skybound. I'm not really sure what an artist is going to do at a mini-con. At the TF Nation Minicon reading, but I if he's going, whatever, I'm sure that they'll find something for him to do. Aaron Archer, I think, and Bob Budiansky are also guests that have been announced for TFCon Chicago, October 24th to the 26th, I do believe. Of course, if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, we all know who Bob is. And Aaron, if you don't know, was at one time a Transformers designer, and certainly has a lot of stories and a lot of history for the franchise as well. But let's get into the news with this. Yeah, so we're going to start off with New Age. And New Age, actually, I guess I should go down a little bit. So we had the activate your alt mode results, and we know now that it's going to be C, and the choices for C include a hoverboat, a submarine, a creature, or a speedboat, and it's going to be Shockwave. I think it's so funny. So when it was announced, I jokingly said, "Oh, it's going to be like Hearts of Steel." I know Hearts of Steel is separate, and this dude got on and said, "No, this is something completely new and different." I'm like, "It's not going to be new. It's not going to be that different. We've seen Shockwave be other things before. It's it's not going to. We're going to get the sub. Let's be realistic. There's a third-party version of Shockwave as a sub already. We're probably going to get the sub." And he was like, "No, it's completely different and brand new. That's not different enough for you." I'm like, "Not really. No. We've seen Shockwave be a bunch of creatures. I think it would have been, I think Shockwave winning the vote doesn't really mean anything because the guy's been a laser blaster. He's been a spider tank. He's been a tank. He's been a Cybertronian tank. He's been a ship. He's been a flying Cybertronian ship. Like Shockwave's already had a ton of alt modes. It's, I don't know. If you're excited, cool. I'm kind of and now it's going to be C. Well, I think we need more C alt modes. I'm like, the Shockwave? I don't know. I don't think I'm in for this. If you are, cool, but I'm not excited by the way this vote went. I think it was a complete waste of time. New Age showed off their great shot. I'm not surprised. In fact, somebody mentioned last week or a couple of weeks ago when we looked at the 6 shot, they said, I can't wait for them to do a great shot. And I said, it would make sense. And sure enough, here's great shot. Again, like looks splendid. It's obviously working off of the 6 shot mold. But it certainly looks like great shot. And again, as convincing as these alt modes get, right? I think it looks pretty good. And he comes with a couple of blasters, a couple of swords. I like that his chest pieces can get out of the way for the arm articulation. But I mean, you're not really going to see much new here that we didn't previously see when we looked at 6 shot. It really kind of boils down to how much do you like this coloration, right? I like it. It's funny. I have quick switch and I have 6 shot from like Titan's Return. I actually don't have a great shot, which is weird. I don't have any great shot, which is weird, but hopefully one day. And I think New Age's take, as diminutive as it will be, is definitely a nice take. If you're interested, Cyberworld episode 6 is available. I mean, something on my glasses. I mean, yeah, I guess it's okay. I haven't really been following it that close. It's not what I expected it to be. And honestly, I'm not a big fan of like the 10-minute episodes. I really don't like it. Give me a full, like, half-hour episode. Like the 5-10 minute episodes is not for me. I know a lot of people like the short form shows and videos and stuff, but I don't watch any of that stuff. Like I would never be a dude who's going to sit down and like get lost on like the TikToks and stuff because I'm not a short form guy. If you are, cool. We also have in-hand images of the Age of the Primes 4-pack. And interestingly, we have this person has obviously taken the head off of this body and put the Bumblebee head on. This was obviously the Bumblebee from the, I want to say Creatures Collide 4-pack. I can't remember which 4-pack this Bumblebee was in. And they put the hubcap head on this guy. Funny enough, I did the same thing, except my hubcap head was a 3D printed head. But I done the exact same thing. I took the head off and put it here. Wait, I'm saying hubcap, but I'm pretty sure it's bumper. I meant to say bumper. My apologies. I done the exact same thing, and I put a bumper head on that body. So I respect this. I think it's a great idea. It also looks like maybe the arms were changed out because I'm pretty sure the arms on this bee are all black. This is, if you're going to go with the mainline Hasbro stuff, this trio is probably the best way to go. And I think this head looks fine on this body as well, by the way. Then we have, of course, this. I would love to have Horrible. I don't really need anything else in the set. I'm a bit bummed that his pink horns, which are, by the way, cast in blue and painted pink, means that when you take them off this sprue, you're going to have sprue marks that are blue on the pink horns. I think that's a real bummer. I don't like this, and I don't like this. I would have to try and find some sort of a pink to match this or something, because that would get right on my last nerve. But I would very much like to have that guy. And you can see him here next to the original. This is, of course, using the Croc Skull Smasher Skull Cruncher mold. The animated Nemesis Prime against, I guess, the original animated Nemesis Prime. I do like the new one quite a fair bit. If you are into that mold, I've never looked at the Legacy animated Optimus mold, not at this point in my life, so I don't know if it's good or not. I've looked at the original mold, and that was splendid. So I don't know. I don't know how much justice has been done in the update. And again, this is Ultra Magnus being the white cab. I mean, if you have, say, the Studio Series Ultra Magnus, I do think that this is a great way if you want to have kind of the cab alone version. Again, I don't need this. Mine is the Combiner Wars, and I have the upgrade kit that adds the Core Fighter, the KBB Core Fighter. So I have a white Magnus if I want to go that route. It's just, I have nothing against this set. I think it's a great set. I think it's 4 great bots. It's just I only need one. Again, we have Bumper here next to the original. I said hubcap, but I meant Bumper. And by the way, this was before the head was changed off of this Bumblebee body. Right? The horns being shown again. This is the pack. I haven't seen it yet. If I knew that I was able to like split this and just get horrible, I would gladly go in on this set with someone. And you can see the alt modes all there. And there you go. Like, I think it's a fine pack. But again, this is one of those examples where really you'd be buying 4 for the sake of 1. And I'm starting to get real sick and tired of that as a business tactic, honestly. Moving on, it looks like Pulsecon and Hasbro 1027 probably aren't happening based on, I guess if you believe Toy Collector on X, saying that the teams will be traveling into in-person events to do reveals opposed to doing things at Pulsecon. Hasbro 1027 is also up in the air. More details to come. NYCC, for example. LUCA, Comic and Gaming, and other events will have reveals. I think that Pulsecon and whatnot came because it was like the whole pandemic era and you were doing a lot more virtually and whatnot. I think it kind of came from there. But we recently saw a bunch of reveals, for example, at SDCC again. We know that used to always be a big deal. I remember NYCC used to have a bunch of reveals as well. So hopefully we're kind of getting back to the actual display and reveals instead of just like, just the video, right? The color changer tracks that turns into the black loud pedal was also found in the US this past week at a Walmart in Riverdale, New Jersey. So if you live in Jersey and you want this color changing tracks, keep your eyes peeled, I guess, because he is out there. YOLOPARK, the first piece of news from YOLOPARK is more images. I think actually this is a promo video. Yeah, of the Bumblebee Soundwave. And like, again, I'm not going through all of this ad nauseum. We already know it looks beautiful. We've seen a zillion pictures at this point. It looks very much like it came straight from the movie. I do like that the chest opens and Ravage can apparently go in there. I mean, it's cool. Doesn't transform, but I don't think it needs to. I do like how all of the leg pieces, leg panels, like move and shift. It seems far more organic that way. But in terms of the range of motion, I mean, look here. I mean, he's chock full of a range of motion. In terms of Ravage, this seems very similar to what we got in the Studio Series line, even though that turns into a little block of nothing. But this seems very similar to that. Obviously, to the YOLOPARK scale, we have a display base and whatnot, alternate hands, his blaster. You get the idea. And I guess that this is how you put Ravage in the chest, I suppose. We see some of the hands changing out and stuff. Yeah, there you go. That's what I was looking for. Ravage in the chest. Honestly, I feel like this compacts into a cassette better than the Hasbro one. I really feel like that this looks a little bit more like something that would be in his chest than the block of nothing that the actual Ravage turns into. And that blaster is gigantic. I'll give credit where credit is due. That's really cool. And we'll get a couple of close-ups here on the head, right? It looks like the Soundwave head from that. And I think it's an LED. I think that's what they were showing there. You put in a battery, and he has LED eyes if you want that as well. So we'll get back into this. I think it's pretty cool. It's not for me. I'm not a model kit guy. But if you are, I think this is a good one. I really do. And you get kind of a bonus with Ravage, really, right? This is, you might have noticed in the thumbnail that I was holding up good old 86 Optimus Prime. Love this guy, as we all know. And some people have the KOs and whatnot. Well, we all know that there is the variant at the ACG Hong Kong. By the way, ACG, if you didn't already know, stands for Animation, Comic, and Gaming Hong Kong convention. There will be 40 of these alternate Optimus Primes available. How do you get one? You go to ACG Hong Kong and you spend about $640 US on Hasbro figures, merch, that sort of stuff. So if you spend upward of $1,000, you can get one of 40 of these Optimus Primes. That said, you want to talk about a piece that's rare. This will be a rare piece with only 40 available. I mean, okay, so they took the actual Optimus, and if I compare it, holding the other one here in my hand, basically, they painted the triangles on his arms yellow. They made the chest cell shaded, but I mean, you can get the KO and get the cell shaded look if you want. Other than that, it looks like his body was given a bit of a black wash and some panel lining, which is fine. The kneecaps seem to have a little bit of a silver detail to them as well. Of course, the trailer is quite different, as we know. Now, I find it really interesting that the chest here is painted inside after it was said, we can't do that. It's unpaintable plastic. And I said, that's a crock of crap. There's no such thing as unpaintable plastic. Stop being cheap. And this proves it. This right here is, in fact, painted. Painted pretty much exactly like what I did right here, which is the blue up top? Yes. The silver? Yes. The gold and green? Yes. I would venture to say to you, they painted it the exact same way I did. They washed the whole thing in silver, and then they added in the details. This is the way 86 Optimus Prime's innards should have looked anyway. I do like the silver on the face. I think that that's neat, as you can see there. Though I've gotten used to the gray because I'm an animation guy. But I do like the silver on the face. And I'm not angry that this is colored. Like I said, I think it always should have been. But the next time anybody ever says to me, yeah, but that's unpaintable plastic, I'm going to point out this and say, that's a pack of crap. Here is the proof. There's no such thing as unpaintable plastic. That's a lie that marketing has given so that they can cheap out. And it's as simple as that. I love the red. It seems like a nice cherry red on him. He looks great with the other Autobots. If you want toy accurate, I guess, line detail on the trailer, then this is probably the way to go. It looks like the top of the trailer is a lighter gray than the sides and the front there. He definitely has a cool look to him. And that, I guess, is if you want to take off the arm and make it more Skybound-esque, I guess. It's definitely cool, but like I not enough that I would go hunting and spending, $650 US just to get it. If I was at ACG Hong Kong anyway, and I happened to spend that much anyway, cool. But I don't think I would go with the aim of doing that. Here he is, of course, with Megatron. I don't know if that's the mace from the Centurion pack, maybe. I don't know where that mace comes from. And again, you can see both of them here. Like, look how more rich the inside of the exclusive is compared to the all red of just the regular. It's a real shame that they didn't go the extra mile and actually do right by the fans and give them the best bang for their buck when they were obviously capable of doing so. Side by side, you can see the silver on the face mask and stuff compared to the gray of the regular. You can even see that the red is a little bit of a deeper shade, but that deeper shade might just be because it has the black wash over it. Hound and Sunstreaker there, of course, behind them. I mean, it's good looking. There's no doubt about it. It's great looking. It's just what a pain in the butt that it's so hard to get, right? But yeah, absolutely looks great. If you're in Hong Kong and you get one, I mean, feel free to let me review it. I'm just saying. YOLOPARK. More news from YOLOPARK. They're AMK minis. These are G1 guys that are pre-painted, pre-assembled, and I think they're about 10, 12 centimeters. They're not big, but they're kind of all put together. These are more, I know they're model kits, but these are more like action figures than they are model kits. We have Rodimus there. Jazz. I think the Jazz looks really nice, actually. RC. I also think RC looks super nice. The Cliff Jumper. Not a big fan. I don't think they nail a Cliff Jumper. The head looks too small. The light gray still looks too dark against the dark gray to me. I'm not a fan of their Cliff Jumper. I like Hound. I think Hound turned out real well. And Prowl turned out real well. And you can see here the accessories and the extra hands and stuff. Prowl looks real great. I'll also note this one. This is the Clear Hound. This is a bonus. If you pre-order like right now, like immediately, then you will get this. I'm not into the clear stuff. If you are, cool. It's not for me. I don't know why it's such a thing. There's also 2 Chase figures that will be released. One is Rodimus Unicronus, and I can't remember offhand what the other one is right now, but we'll get to it in just a little bit when we get to the update, which comes up a little bit later. Rodimus looks really good. He has a great coloration to him. Deep reds. I wish that instead of black down here, maybe it was a little more, well, maybe that is gunmetal gray. I was thinking maybe it needed to be like a gunmetal gray or something. And maybe it is. Maybe it's just the light that makes it look so black to me. I don't know. Hard to tell. I do very much like Prowl. I think that they've done him pretty well. But I do have the same problem here as I have with Cliff Jumper. Look at the thighs. Look at his tummy. That lighter gray is still too dark. But the rest of them looks great. The silhouette looks absolutely wonderful for him. I like that we have the red on the lights on the bumper. I don't know what you'd really call those. And the red on his pelvis, as he should have. I wish that the handles of the doors were also red, as they're by right supposed to be. Jazz, again, beautiful, but the face and the lower leg and the foot, that should be a brighter gray or silver. Hound, I think, is pretty much perfect. I think they nailed Hound. Like the light gray on his thighs, that's what should have been used for Cliff Jumper, and that's what should have been used for Jazz. Right? Cliff Jumper, like, he's fine. It's just the gray looks a little too dark for me. I feel like it should be a bigger contrast against the red. Otherwise, I guess he's fine. RC is splendid. She's beautiful. She's very well done. Very well done. And, of course, this was just telling us what those alt modes will be. So I'm going to go. Oh, actually, I'm going to show this, and then I'm going to check in with you guys. Speaking of the update, I knew it was coming up shortly. Yeah, Rodimus actually, here you go. Silver Streak, or Blue Streak, if you prefer, is a Chase exclusive. I think they did a really nice job with him. Really nice adaptation of the Prowl mold there. And Rodimus Unicronus, I also think they've done a really nice job with Rodimus Unicronus. I'm not going to lie. I think that looks pretty cool. Both of these are going to be Chase, so I guess you're going to have to try and hunt them down, I guess. I don't really know how that works. I'm not into hunting stuff down. I'm really not. And I'm not into like hunting down exclusives and stuff. I'm getting too old for that nonsense. I really am. I don't think it's good business. I don't think it's good for fans. I don't think it's good in any way. No. Missing Link Ultra Magnus. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but we have had a teaser. The official reveal, full reveal, will be September the 5th. Also worth noting, we'll talk about this a little bit more in a few minutes. The Dramatic Capture series now has a Skywarp coming out with the 3 Insecticons. Again, the official reveal will be on September 5th. I guess I might as well finish this and then I'll check in with you guys. Transformers Sting Attack Bumblebee found at the US. If this looks familiar, it's because Alta's a Cyberverse Ultimate Bumblebee that was like the ultimate like stinger sword. It was crap. It was garbage. I had the elbowless Megatron junk. I reviewed this Bumblebee. It was junk. It's junk. It's junk. Don't waste your money on it. Fancy smelling nice? Do you want some perfume? Transformers perfume. That's right. Transformers perfume. You heard me right. Officially licensed G1 perfume. Japanese website Fairy Tale Parfum. Parfum is perfume. There will be an Transformers Ode de Parfum Optimus Prime. Ode de Parfum Megatron. Eau de Parfum, that's just Crimzeek, and Energon Eau de Parfum. I don't know what Energon smells like. I don't know what Crimzeek smells like, for that matter. I feel like exhaust and oil. I feel like these perfumes are going to be like, what does Optimus smell like? I feel like exhaust and oil. He's a transport truck. If you want to smell like a transport truck, if you're Megatron, I mean, you could smell like anything from a pistol to a tank to a stealth bomber to a, I don't know, to a laser cannon. Megatron's been everything. He's been so much. And a matrix diffuser if you want to get real fancy with your sins. This is one of those licenses that if I was sitting down at Hasbro and somebody wanted to license this, I'd be like, I think we're going to give the license because I'm intrigued to see what they come up with, because I feel like this is going to end up not selling well. And I don't know. I think I would buy it just for the novelty of having it and probably never, ever use it. I haven't even told Starscream wife about this yet. She doesn't even know about this yet. But I bet you when I do, she'll say that this is friggin' ridiculous. You know why? Because this is friggin' ridiculous. It's neat, I guess, but undoubtedly, it is indeed friggin' ridiculous. Some Skybound stuff as we go down here. The 40th anniversary Lio convoy. I know Masterfire has been really excited about this. There was fear that it was going to be canceled for a little while. Very, very similar. Of course, gold instead of yellow. We know that the line face has a jaw that is articulated, and it's, instead of looking like a real line, it's the anime accurate line. I wish we had the yellow of the like Legacy with the face of the 40th anniversary. Otherwise, you can see that they're very, very similar. Like the body, the paint, the red, the blues, is very, very similar between both of these molds. A little more silver, I think, on the 40th anniversary. Here, again, the bodies are the exact same. The tail, the claws are now gold, and the mane is gold, and the face is, of course, different. Rather than a more realistic, I'm calling it, face like on the Legacy. Yes, indeed, we do have a very anime-accurate face for Beast Wars the Second, or Beast Wars 2, if you prefer. But it's a great mold. Tremendous, tremendous mold. If you want to, pay the scratch for it, I can't argue with you, because it's really, really good. Very, very exceptionally well done. Exceptionally well done mold. I already talked about Aaron Archer. So I'm going to hit that. And I'm going to check in with you guys, because I know I ran through a lot of the news there without checking in. So let's see what you guys are saying before we go on with the news. I'm going to go up here a bit. I left off right here. I want Shadow Striker, but most of you know why I can't get Transformers. I don't know why you can't, but that's unfortunate anyway that you cut it. Bought me a new edition. Got TFC Hades. Interesting edition with upgrades. Lyocai's probably one of the best bots in my collection now. I've often wondered about him. He has a hefty price tag, but I've only ever heard good things, at least with the upgrades, with the fixed version is what people call it. I did consider it. I'm not going to lie. I absolutely did consider it. I'd love to know how Hades will compare to the HasLab when that comes out. I'd be very interested to see a side-by-side comparison of both of those. Congratulations. I think a great buy. If you're able to get the scratch together and find your way clear to get it, I think a really, really, really impressive buy and an impressive addition for sure. Hey, Maximal 10. Hey, other Matt. I'm going to call you Matthew because I got Matt up above. I thought I had Matt here. I got Marcus here, but I thought I had Matt here too. There's a couple of Matts, so I'm trying to figure out a way to differentiate you guys. I see Marcus. I don't see Matt. Interesting. Anyway, I don't care about Bumper at all, but the other three are pretty nice. Bumper, I mean, I wouldn't care about Bumper, but where I had a spare Bumblebee, and I knew there was at the time a 3D printed head that my buddy Justin from the 3D Corner, God rest his soul, rest in peace, had. Actually had two. He had one that was white and one that was actually printed in yellow. And I kept the yellow one myself. And I actually gave the white one away to somebody else, our buddy Eric, I believe, and said, hey, just get the head off of your Bumblebee and put this one on and pop it on. You're going to have to paint it yellow and the visor blue and the face silver. But other than that, go for it. That's what I did. So I wouldn't have cared about it. It was just one of those things like sort of happened to fall into my lap. So why the heck not? Right? That's the way Bumper was for me. So I'm sort of with you. The only one there, like I said, that I have an interest in would be Horrible. All the Headmaster Juniors are in 4-packs. If you say so, I wouldn't know. Do you know there were 3 alternatives to original animated Optimus? Cybertronian, Earth Fire Engine, and one that came in a Megatron 2-pack with a DVD, which I had as a kid. Do you know I've reviewed all 3? Last summer was the summer of animated. Like, Blue, like, come on, dude. You're not new to the channel. I literally reviewed all of them. I reviewed the 2-pack. I reviewed the Cybertronian mode. And I reviewed the Transport Fire Engine mode. So, yes, I did know that. It'd be nice to just get each fig separately. Yes. Luckily, I do want all of these. Great news. A pair of friends of mine has his first son, now nearly a week old. Well, congratulations to your friend. I hope that this is the start of a beautiful adventure for the rest of his and his son's life. I saw Brian review that earlier. Oh, I saw that Tracks Today. Almost picked it up, decided against it. It wouldn't be for me. If I see it for like $1, I'll get it, but that's it. Why did Rise of the Beast have to come in and F everything up? I'm not sure what you're talking about, but okay. Why ask that Master Fire? I underestimated it as I found out it was a reference to the Great Flood. Okay. $640 for toy hack stickers and more blackwash. Woo, right? Basically. Good thing I never got 86 Prime. I don't know why you say that's a good thing. Get 86 Prime. He is perfect. He's perfect. I'm going to order my KOs tomorrow, Big M. $60 is the cheapest toy. What? $60 for the cheapest toy billion-dollar company. Hey, Grandiosa. Hey, Michael. Still on the fence for getting the 86 KO with the trailer. I mean, if you don't have the 86, get the KO. It's not quite as smooth, but it's pretty darn close. I certainly know what it is with the AS Toys one. If you wanted to go with the other route, I mean, I hear that even has rubber tires. You can certainly go it, but get it. You'll still get the experience at a more affordable price. If you're okay, if you really want the experience and you're okay without the trailer and stuff, like you can get the AS Toys one for like $25, $30. Like you'd be paying the less than a deluxe price here in Canada anyway, less than a deluxe price for, for like a huge Voyager, a small leader. Like it's absolutely worth it. I have the Nemesis, as you know, and the Shattered Glass, as you guys know, because I reviewed both. And I love them. I can't possibly imagine what I could possibly want more from them. I really can't. So on the fence, I'd say be on the fence no longer. If you got the spare scratch, do it. They only have enough paint to color 40 matrix chambers. That's hilarious, Francis. That's so good. I don't want to miss out. Hey, Manitoba. I have the AMK Mini G1 Optimus Prime Megatron. Got them last year. Is it good? Is it? Do you? I know they don't transform and stuff, but like, do you like the size and stuff? Are you impressed with it, Michael? So is he Hot Rod or Rodimus Prime? Apparently it's Rodimus Prime. I know it looks like Hot Rod. Apparently it's Rodimus Prime. Hey, Omega. Hopefully Missing Link does Delta Magnus too. I mean, they might. They might. I think we'll talk about Ultra Magnus when we get down to it. I was talking to our buddy Daryl about that a little while ago, and I do have a thought on it. New packaging, same product. I never got any Cyberverse figures. I only watched the show. I did get some of the Cyberverse Decepticons because I thought that some of them were pretty cool. And if I did I get any Autobots? Yeah, I got a couple of Autobots, but only ones that I didn't already have. Right? So, like, I got Rack and Ruin. I got Clobber from Cyberverse, right? I got Hammerbite. I got Storm Shot. Was that his name? You know, I can't remember now. I have them all. I'm actually working on putting every Transformer I have into like a spreadsheet, actually a Google Doc. But you get the idea. Not everything was good, but there was a lot good there later on. Cyberverse is something that the line when it started wasn't very good, and it got strong near the end, but it had already turned off a lot of people by then because of all the gimmicky junk that came before it. If they make Transformers, Labubu, what? I'll blame my vacuum. Okay, I don't know what any of that means, but okay. Smells like Energon and Diesel. Smells like Energon and Diesel. Diesel engine? When you want to smell like Prime's tailpipe. Hey, Felon. They made an Avengers character into fragrance, so not surprised. True. I want that Lio Convoy. I know you do. Every time I see him, I think of you, Masterfire. Beast Wars 30th anniversary next year. Maybe the perfume smells like a new car. Might be. If you want a new car smell on your skin. Could be. If you want to combine them to form Superion, then you should get all 5 aerial bots. Are you trying to collect the aerial bots? You guys talking a little bit about that. Reserved this Live Convoy ages ago. Hoping it releases soon. I heard it was supposed to release February and got pushed back to like August. So I would imagine it will release soon, I would think. Or was it August it was supposed to come out and now it's pushed to February? I can't remember. I like them. Okay, thanks. I was curious. And I know I'm skipping a few things here, guys. I don't think Rack and Ruin has had a figure since Cyberverse. Rack and Ruin has never, ever had an official figure except for Cyberverse. Anything else has been a custom or a link of another couple or something, and none of them are a proper G1. So for now, until we get that, and it's not a perfect Rack and Ruin, but it's my Rack and Ruin for now. I think you're right. Sucks, but unsurprising. They put them in a 4-pack. I'm on delay from a call. I'll catch up soon. No worries. You do what you got to do, buddy. Target has 2 Cyberworld Scorponocks the other day, and they were gone today. So I guess they are selling. I'm surprised because that's a big brick that does nothing. I meant I like the 2 figures. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's I know what you meant, Michael. That's what I was asking. If you like the Optimus, the Megatron. I knew what you were answering, my man. Okay, let's go on. So we have more of the acrylic stuff coming from eHobby. If this is your thing, I'm not into these little things, but you might be. G2 Autobot and Decepticon logos, Maximal and Predacon. Again, some of the little super deformed stuff. right? Spike and Sparkplug are kind of cute, though. I'm not gonna lie, Spike and Sparkplug are kind of cute. So is Starscream up here. He's kind of cute too. But I would never spend money on this. Maybe you would, but like, not a chance I would ever spend money on this. But I guess somebody does. eHobby keeps doing them. Josh Duhamel says that he'd like to come back to the Transformers live action franchise. This comes on the heels of Michael Bay apparently coming back. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. But Josh did say, I have not heard that, but yeah, why not? Michael Bay is such a talented dude. I really loved working with him. We did 4 of those movies. One I did 1, 2, 3, and 5. He wasn't in Age of Extinction. I shot up that, I started as like a cadet and ended up like a lieutenant colonel or something. So who knows? Would I be a general at this point? I've definitely grade into the spot. Yeah, I'd love to do it. So he'd like to come back. No big shock there. I guess we'll do this. So we had a toy show that was showing off some stuff, most notably this guy in the most boring pose that you could possibly show him off in. This is what every Ultra Magnus pose has ever looked like. For the love of God, he has more articulation. You should have at least shown something. Now, some people have said, wait, they're not going to show it because the official reveal is the 5th. But man, you couldn't have spread his legs out or show that he has a knee or something, because he always had elbows. The shoulder could always go around. In fact, if you unpegged it, you could even bring his arm across his body. I'd like to see the arms out from the body a little bit. Let's see him bend at the waist a little bit. Like, that's what I want to see. That said, when Daryl and I were talking about it, he said, this would be great for like 125. I'm like, dude, guaranteed. Here in Canada, I don't know in the States what the prices are, but here in Canada, I'm pretty sure that Sunstreaker is like 200. I predict that this guy in Canada is going to be about $325. Like, no, not when the 86 exists for less, not when the Combiner Wars with the upgrade kits that I have exist for less. That said, this little dude down here gives a lot of credence to the idea that we might get a Delta Magnus out of this, which was mentioned earlier. We also have the Missing Link Nemesis Prime along with his trailer, just like the Optimus one, except now we have a teal roller and teal stripes. The roller is actually not roller, it's Giza, apparently. Neat, I suppose. And of course, the chest is red. I think that his axe is supposed to be red, but this is very pink. Hold on. I got to get rid of something here. There you go. It was just a little notice I had to get rid of. The Ultra Magnus looks really big to me. I don't know if it's the same size as the original. And the original, I'm just not remembering the right size. But this looks huge to me for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And this is gray, so it's hard to tell. Maybe he's not huge. Maybe it's just the way he's displayed. But I wish that... okay, this is all cool. Show me how the shoulders work and stuff, Like, I wish I was seeing a bit more here. That's all. You can see, like, we obviously got hinges here, which is neat. I just wanted to see more. That's all. Before anybody asks, hey, GotBot, are you getting this? No, I long ago moved on from the G1 stuff. This is the engineering I wanted 40 years ago. Not now. Now I'm into the modern stuff. But if you're into the Missing Link stuff, then how can you not get Ultra Magnus, right? Like, how can you not get this? How? Rat Trap looks pretty great. Of course, this is the MP Rat Trap. MPG Optimus, I'm pretty sure this is. And then this, from Wild King, this is World Dragnus. And the dude has a bunch of alt modes. We're going to see more of this guy in a little bit. Huge feet here. And he also comes with these other two little dudes. And he can combine with other things in the Wild King line. I don't know if he's Autobot, Decepticon. I really don't know what he is, but he's a big dude. No doubt. Reminds me a lot. Gives me vibes of like, I'm going to call him Megatron. Sometimes it's Galvatron. Sometimes it's Gigatron from RID 2001. I get strong vibes of that from this guy. I might be in for this if I saw it, honestly. But again, I'm not going hunting in Japan for it. As we go down here a little bit, I already talked about Bob Budiansky. We'll go back up to that. Let's go right down here to the bottom, actually. I saw this. This is the dancing Bumblebee Megatron. And I looked at the price and I was like, $25 for this crap? No. This is going to stog the shelves and do nothing. What a waste of, again, waste of plastic, waste of electronics because of the light up eyes, waste of time, waste of money, waste of shipping. Your prices could be so much cheaper. So much cheaper if as a company you just stop wasting money. Because this is junk. This is just more money grubbing. This is crap. I'm sorry. All of this junk. Pure utter junk. You see this end cap here? This is going to be the end cap at Christmas. Same thing, because none of this crap is going to sell. I don't believe for a second any of that's going to sell. And then we have the dramatic capture picture. Now, again, the full reveal coming on the 5th, and we don't have anything but the image. That's what I thought. That's the only reason I went in there. Let's start with Skywarp. Skywarp does not have the screaming face. He just has a normal Seeker face. His body is more, it looks to me to not be a stark black. It looks like it's more of a gunmetal gray. And his like chest and the pauldrons and his hip skirt, they're definitely more of a gray than the silver. And the purple, a la his shoulder and his null ray, isn't the deep purple that the Hasbro one had. This is a lighter purple. That said, why would you get this when we know we have a brand new, much better Seeker mold coming? Okay. I don't really see too much different about Kickback other than I think his translucent wings are now silver. I don't see really any difference that I can discern on Shrapnel at this point. Maybe a slightly different purple. But Bombshell, there is a stark difference because he has the gray robot mode coloration, which means if you really wanted, you could get this set, get yourself a Legacy Bombshell. And when Bombshell's in his bug mode, he can have the purple. And in his robot mode, you can still have the gray, if that's what you're so inclined to do. When we go up, now here, see, I'm more interested with this. You can see that the arms are out just a little bit on Ultra Magnus. Okay, I'd like to know just how far out they can go. You can also tell down here, we have a hinge out to the side. Okay, so the leg can definitely kick out to the side. We also know right here that there's a hinge and he can bend at the waist at least a little bit, maybe just a little ab crunch or something, maybe even more. Maybe the leg, maybe you can even get in a seated position. The one thing from the gray model and this one that I can't seem to tell or discern is if he has knees and where those hinges are. That's something else I would very, very much like to know. This looks good, though. I'm intrigued to see it, but I don't think I'm going to want to pay the price tag for it. If you want to go to your local dollar store, Dollar Tree, you can pick up some cereal pouches. That's cereal and fruit. I'm sure it's nutritious if it's coming from a dollar store. Transformers cereal and fruit pouches. Like, you know what you do? Here's what you do. You get up in the morning and you pour yourself up a bowl of Optimus Prime O's and eat that down. And then you go and you get ready for the day and you put on your Diesel Optimus perfume and you go out of the house and you just take on your day. All Optimus primed up, full Optimus tummy, and you smell like a diesel truck. Sounds great. Just dandy. And lastly, the Wild King guy here. And like, again, there's like 10 modes that's shown here. Really, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then these two each have their own robot mode. And then it shows them combined up. So it's 5 or 6 modes, really. there's a dragon mode where he stood up. This is a bigger one where the wings are splayed out, and I think the two lads are attached to him. Here, I don't think the lads are attached. Oh, no, up here. Sorry, I don't think they're attached. That's a different dragon mode. This is a robot mode without the two little lads attached, and a dragon mode without them attached. So, like, you can probably see why I get strong RID Megatron vibes from this. And not for nothing, I kind of like the two little guys being their own little dragon dudes. I like this. I said that I'm not into the Wild King line, and like I'm so very not. But these guys seem okay. I think they got elbows. Looks like they got elbows. I don't know. It's weird, but I don't hate it. And that's the news. Let's check in with you guys here again for a few minutes. Let's see. Let's go up here. Where did I leave off? I think I left off right there. I'm going to give you guys also the trivia now while I go down through this. By the way, let's make sure I did cover all the news. Ed Perry, going to TF Nation, the Alt Mode C stuff, the New Age Great Shot, Cyber World Episode 6, the 4-pack, no Pulsecon, it looks like anyway. The Color Shifter, the YOLOPARK stuff, the 86 Optimus variant, the AMK Minis. By the way, the AMK Minis also have 18 points of articulation, which is pretty impressive for something that small. Aaron Archer, the 40th anniversary Lio Convoy, the Perfume, the Sting Attack B, the Dramatic Capture stuff, the Dancing Bee and Megatron, the Fruit Cereal, the Wild King stuff, the Tokyo Toy Show, which is where they showed the Nemesis and the gray scale of Magnus, Josh Duhamel, and the E-Hobby crap, really. Here's the trivia. I think it's a fairly easy one. I hope it's an easy one. How many G1 minibots were actually released? This does not include G2 in 1993 and those color variations. This does not include like reissues and keychains and that sort of crap. This is G1 proper. How many minibots were released in the G1 line? If you're wondering about an answer and you're like, there was, regular Bumblebee and Red Bumblebee, for example, I counted those as separate releases. How many minibots were released in G1? A, 15, B, 25, C, 16, or D, 20? How many? 15, 25, 16, or 20? Now, while you guys are thinking about that and putting down your answers and not cheating and looking it up, I'm going to see what you guys were saying, and we'll get down there. Beast Wars anniversary is probably why Quick Strike and Big Convoy are coming in Age of the Primes. I don't know. I mean, they didn't do anything for the 20th anniversary, really, except put Beast Wars on the side of a box, and that was it. They didn't do anything for it. I don't think they're going to do anything for the 30th. I think the only reason we're getting Big Convoy is because we have Magmatron done. Maybe. As for Quick Strike, I think it's just he's one of the few that didn't get updated in the Kingdom line. I think you're grasping at straws, Michael, there. I don't think there's a correlation. There should be a correlation, but I don't think there is a correlation. The Missing Link Ultra Magnus looks massive. That's what I was thinking, too. I was like, he looks gigantic. I'm not looking forward to the price of Missing Link Magnus, but I want it bad. Shouldn't Josh play a different character? Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast are not canon to the Bayverse films. Well, Bumblebee is a prequel, so yes, it is canon. And Rise of the Beast is also canon. Actually, yeah, both of them are canon. Both of them are prequels. One happens in 1987, the other in 1994. Rise of the Beast happens 15 years before 07. So I don't know why you're saying they're not canon when they explicitly are. And I know what you're going to say. The directors and stuff, and people have said that they're reboots and all this. As much as I hate to say it, at the end of the day, the buck stops with the producer because that's the person who pays the bills. And as much of a doofus as I think Lorenzo is, and he is a doofus, It's all one continuity to him. 87, 94, and then 2007 on. Where we currently stand in terms of the timeline is end of the last night. And apparently, can't imagine how this happens, but apparently, Unicron that we encountered in Rise of the Beast is the exact same Unicron that Quintessa puts her hand on the horn and says he doesn't like that. Unicron went back in time to try and stop the Autobots from ever coming there. Apparently, too, somewhere in that like 15-year window from 94 to 2007, somehow, some way, something happens where the Autobots don't remember coming to Earth before, or it's been posed that maybe that's not the case, and the Autobots from the Bumblebee movie and Rise of the Beast are from an alternate continuity to the ones that we get. I don't know, but apparently it is all held within the same universe. So no, he shouldn't be a different character because apparently all of this is intended, according to Lorenzo, is intended to come together as like a multiversal type of thing. Now, make of that what you will. You might roll your eyes and say Lorenzo's a doofus and a moron, and you're probably right. But since he's the guy that pays the bills, he's the guy we got to listen to for right or wrong. And what anybody else thinks, directors, actors, fans, really doesn't matter because they're not the ones paying the bills. He is. I'll watch more later. I didn't get 86 Prime. Is too complicated for me. Okay. Either you bought it or you didn't. That's about as complicated as it gets. He's not that complicated. He's pretty fun to transform. Wait, you're saying he is too complicated? No. He's smooth as silk. He is not too complicated. He is smooth as silk. You wouldn't think it. He looks complicated, but I can do him in 3 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. He's smooth as silk. Is that Missing Link Nemesis Prime or Scourge with all that pink? No, it's Nemesis Prime, but I see the joke that you're doing there. Nemesis Prime is going to be like 135 here. No way Magnus will be anything less than 150. Close enough. Welcome back, Gigatron. That's what I was thinking. At first, I was like, is that Gigatron? Coolest looking thing from Wild King by far. I agree with you, Francis, 100%. Hey, Dragonfly. All the money they're wasting and making us break bad can of worms, right? It's filler for Ross dressed for less. Gimmicky trash. I agree with all you guys. It is dancing Bumblebee and dancing Megatron. GOTFH. Is that right? GOFTH. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to do. OH. There's an OH there. I feel bad for the Skywarp just because wait for the new 86 one. Right? At this point, I'm like, I hate the Earthrise mold. People are like, I love that. Why? It's junk. It has no waist. It's hollow as shit. You got the space up by the shoulder pauldrons. When you turn the bicep flexes because it's hollow as crap. There's no wrist. I don't know why anybody likes it. It's junk. It was always junk. The Siege is infinitely superior. I know it's Cybertronian modes, but its robot mode obliterates the Earthrise. The only reason that I have a number of Earthrise ones is because they make better cone heads because the classics cone heads are just not very good. But I can tell you now, I am immediately getting the Starscream and the other two immediately in for them. 100%. Because I detest the Earthrise that much. I think that they're garbage. I always thought it. Everybody was like, you're wrong. No, I'm not. They needed to be updated before they ever came out. And I'm really, really, really glad they were getting a new set of Seekers that looks animation accurate and doesn't seem to have any hollowness. I love it. Love it. Speaking of Ross, I saw Transformers 1 walkie-talkies. Oh, yeah. Well, again, just more stuff, right? Are we counting the mail-away tiny mini-bots? No, just the main release ones. And not tiny mini-bots. No, not tiny anything. Just your regular run-of-the-mill mini-bots. Lorenzo's an idiot. The timelines make no sense if it's a prequel. Yes, it does. What is it that makes no sense about it? I would like for somebody to point out what doesn't make sense, because it does. If you're going to say in 07 they've never been to Earth before, again, word is that that's explained in between. I would think, if anything, we would get a third prequel that would clearly explain the linkages between it. I found a bunch of leaks a long time ago, before Rise of the Beast ever came out, that outlined the entire Bible for the entire live action franchise. And I went through it all on the live show, and it was elegant. If they actually follow that, it's all very clearly explained. Now, I will say this: the editing done by the director, mostly by Bay, is trash editing. He's cut out stuff he shouldn't have cut out. He left stuff in he shouldn't have left in. But that's not the story Bible, and that's not the story. That's sloppy editing. That's a different thing. I guess any plot conflicts in the movies can be written off as Unicron black hole warping reality. It worked for the Cybertron series. And I don't know if it's so much that, but I'm sure that that would be part of it, right? And again, like, if we go back even to G1, a lot of that timeline doesn't make sense neither. Rodimus disappears and is never seen again to find a new homeworld. How is it that Wheeljack was dead, but yet he was alive later on? I like to think he didn't die. So again, a lot of it doesn't so much boil down to the story, it boils down to the editing. Look at the aligned continuity. That was supposed to be super elegant until everybody had to get in there and get their piss hot and say, I want to do my own thing. And basically you ruined it because you couldn't just follow the frigging story Bible. What you need is a manager that comes up with the fiction and demands that those that work with it work with the fiction. If not, then they're fired. You're no longer on this project. And I think you would find that there's a lot more unity and conformity and logic than what we get. I think it's often a case of too many cooks in the kitchen throwing around their weight. And there needs to be one cook in the kitchen throwing around their weight, and everybody else has to be a sous chef. Just finished The Seekers, got to start over. So we have a C, we have a B, we have 20, we have a 16, a B, a D. The answer is D, 20. And it was almost 19. The only reason it's 20 is because we did have the first year in 84, there were 6 released, but for a short, 6 released, but there was 2 colors of Cliffjumper and 2 colors of Bumblebee. And for a short time, we had Bumper that was on Cliffjumper cards. Some say he was on Bumblebee cards, but there's no proof of that. But Bumper didn't last long, which is interesting. I also didn't include any of the, like, I'll say international variants. Like, that's where you get things like Glyph. You know, that's where you get like blue Bumblebee and green Cliffjumper and that sort of stuff, right? Because a lot of licenses went out. But officially speaking, there were 20. Yeah. Who knew? I didn't know. I had to look it up too. Anyway, let's do the unboxing and then we can get out of here. And I'm excited about the unboxing tonight. So remember, tomorrow is going to be the Energetic Niners Optimus. I'm going to show this. We've seen this before. I actually reviewed it because Maximal 10 gave me this. But this isn't the one Maximal 10 gave me. This is Starscream Wife's. I don't remember what she calls this now. Cheaposaurus, I think. And I reviewed this. And Maximal 10 gave it to me. It's just a dollar store. It's just a dollar store junk thing. Mine is very loose and basically falls apart. Starscream Wife's, on the other hand, solid as a tack. I couldn't believe how much better the tolerances were on hers than on the one I reviewed. Infinitely better tolerance. If this is the way that it always was, it'd be okay. By the way, I mean, the shoulders kind of go in and out because of the wings on this guy. The head goes left and right, and that's it. The legs don't do nothing because they peg up, so there's no forward or back. No real knees, just a little wiggle on that one and a little wiggle on this one. That's more feet than it is anything else. So it's not good by any stretch of the imagination. But like a game for like $4 or something, it was cute. My wife loves dinosaurs. I'm pretty sure that this is going to come apart and just be 5 little robotic dinosaurs is what I'm anticipating. But I just wanted to show that because I couldn't believe how better tolerance hers was. Not part of the unboxing. You may not like it, but this is what Peak Volcanicus looks like. Candicus. Okay, so the first thing, remember, tomorrow's at Optimus. So then on Tuesday, we will take a look at boom. That's right, Sea Spray. Here's the killer. I planned the whole time to compare him to the Titan's Return. And you know that our house right now is kind of in disarray as stuff is being put back, and I have misplaced the Titan's Return. I talk about it in reference to this guy, but unfortunately, I cannot actually do the comparison until I got him back. Now, a couple of things I want to know right now, right here, because you might be looking at this saying, hey, it's slightly different than mine. First, I added an Autobot logo here. Secondly, look at the black visor. The black visor is toy accurate. To be animation accurate, the dude would need darker blue, though I'm okay with this blue. And he would need 2 blue eyes. You'll notice I have 2 blue eyes put in there. They were spare set. Actually, I got from Event Progenitor. And these were actually eyes that were intended to go on, get this, Power of the Primes Sludge. Instead, I put them on Sea Spray. And I actually gave another set of eyes, because it was these like plain blue ones, and then the ones that were like cell shaded, I actually gave to Daryl, and he put it on his. So if they do this guy in the darker blue colors with an Autobot logo here and the eyes and no detail on the ribs, I don't think I need to buy it now because I have this guy. He's pretty, you know what? He's pretty darn impressive. I'm not going to lie. He is pretty darn impressive. He's going to be Tuesday's review for sure. Love a little alt mode. Then next Friday, the time has finally come. The time has finally come next Friday to review Ba-boom 86 Megatron compared to Hegemon. Can't wait to share this one. 11 years apart in the difference of engineering and stuff. By the way, the lower legs on this guy, even in hand, are still too blue. Not as blue as Springer, but still too blue. See the gray on the front of the shins of Hegemon? That's gray. See the difference? See the difference? That said, that's not the only color gripe I have with this guy. How will the color gripe affect his overall score? Is he still good? Is he bad? What did Starscream wife think of this guy? We will find out next Friday. I got some stuff I'm pretty excited about coming up review-wise for September. So the last review of August is going to be tomorrow with that little Optimus, and we're going to kick off the September reviews in big style with these two on Tuesday and Friday. Can't wait to look at both of them. And with that, my friends, we're done. We can get the heck out of here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. And, of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. You can also hit the subscribe button. Stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams right here on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or, of course, the old-fashioned way inside the videos. Have an absolutely splendid, stupendous long weekend. You've earned it.